Is masturbating harmful for men aged 70 and above? The short answer is no, it's not harmful. But what's more fascinating are the deeper questions. Do men still feel the urge to masturbate after the age of 70? How does sexual dysfunction, which is common in older age groups, factor in? And what about the effects of masturbation on heart health? I went through a lot of research and found some really interesting information about this topic, which hasn't been studied as much as it deserves to be. First of all, I want to thank all of you for being loyal members of my channel. Your support means the world to me. That's why I wanted to start the new year with a video that's made especially for you. So a very happy new year to all of you. I am Dr. Dundee, an experienced sexologist. Now let's dive into the topic. Masturbation is a subject that always draws attention, especially when it's about older men. Honestly, I'm not sure why this happens. Maybe it's because some people still see it as a taboo, even though it's a completely natural behavior, aging and sexuality. The first thing we need to understand about aging is that almost everything in the body slows down or declines over time. This includes sexuality. As men grow older, their sexual drive and activity naturally decrease. So why does a topic like masturbation in older men still spark so much curiosity? Let's look at some data to get a clearer picture. What does the research say? In 2010, a large survey was conducted in the United States involving 5,865 men and women aged 14 to 94. When we focus on men aged 70 and older, there were 184 participants in this group. Here's what the survey found. About 27.9% of these men said they had masturbated in the past month. Around 46.4% said they had masturbated in the past year. For comparison, the same survey showed that younger men aged 25 to 29 had much higher numbers. 68.6% had masturbated in the past month, 83.6% had done so in the past year. Another study conducted in Norway in 2021 involved 4,160 people between the ages of 18 and 889. Among them, 342 men were older than 70. Their findings were similar. Around 22.5% of these older men said they had masturbated in the past month. Interestingly, the study found that in the younger age group, men under 30, only 4.5% had masturbated in the past month. Why the difference now? You might wonder why older men seem to masturbate more frequently than some younger men. Here's an important perspective. Younger men who do masturbate tend to do it more often. For instance, in the study, 17.55% of younger men under 30 said they masturbated daily. In contrast, only 0.6% of men over 70 reported masturbating daily. Masturbation and sexual desire. Masturbation is often linked to sexual desire. In 2020, a detailed meta-analysis was published in European Urology Focus. It reviewed 75 studies about sexual desire and function across different age groups. The findings showed that sexual desire decreases significantly as men age. However, there's a lot of variation among individuals. For example, 16% to 80% of men aged 70 and older reported being sexually interested. This means that just because someone is older doesn't automatically mean they've lost all interest in sexuality. Aerial function and orgasms, while sexual desire can remain in some men, aerial function often declines with age. According to the same meta-analysis, between 8% and 94% of men aged 70 and older had some level of aerial dysfunction. For most men in this age group, about 70% experienced significant challenges with erections. What's fascinating is that achieving orgasm doesn't always require an erection. Many men can still reach orgasm even if they can't maintain an erection. Does aerial dysfunction bother older men? Younger men often feel stressed or worried when they face aerial dysfunction, but for older men, it's generally less concerning. For example, among men over 70, only 6.7% to 48% said they were bothered by aerial dysfunction. In comparison, men aged 60 to 70 were more affected, with up to 70% expressing concern. Interestingly, men over 80 were even less bothered, with only 38% reporting discomfort about the issue. Why do men masturbate? The reasons for masturbation can be more diverse than you might think. The Norwegian study found that there's only a loose connection between how often a man masturbates and how sexually satisfied he feels. Another study, which surveyed over 20,000 men, discovered that many men masturbate not just for sexual pleasure, but to cope with anxiety or reduce stress. The key message: use it or lose it. So what's the takeaway here? The main idea is simple: use it or lose it. Sexual function naturally declines with age, and if you stop engaging in sexual activity, whether the partner or through masturbation, it may become harder to regain that function later. For instance, I've seen older patients who find new partners through dating apps, but face difficulties with sexual activity because they haven't been active for years. It's not easy to reverse these changes in the body, as certain physical changes in the penile structure can become permanent masturbation and health. To clarify, masturbation is not harmful. In fact, it may even be beneficial for maintaining sexual health. However, if you don't feel the urge to engage in sexual activity, that's perfectly okay too. Every person is different, and what works for one man may not work for another. What about heart health? The risk of masturbation causing heart problems is generally low. However, this video is not a substitute for medical advice. If you're concerned about your heart health, I strongly recommend consulting your doctor for a professional opinion. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a comment and I'll try my best to reply. However, please don't ask personal health-related questions, as I'm legally not allowed to answer those. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.